Good day, viewers all over the world. You are welcome to Toide online class. Today we want to look at matrix operations and algebraic law. So what do we mean by matrix operation and algebraic law? This is just the relationship between matrix operation like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and some of the algebraic laws like commutative, associative, distributive, etc. So we want to look at the relationship between matrix operation and algebraic law. That's what we want to look at. For instance, if we talk about the commutative property, that's algebraic law. We realize that under this, addition of matrix is commutative. That is, if you have matrix A plus B, it can be the same thing as matrix B plus A. If you do this, you are going to get the same answer. It simply means that addition of matrix is commutative. But when we get to subtraction of matrix, let's say matrix A minus matrix B, will it be the same thing as matrix B minus matrix A? No. That is not going to hold in general. So that simply means that subtraction of matrix is not commutative. Then we go ahead and look at multiplication of matrix. If we have matrix A multiplied by matrix B, are we going to get the same thing as matrix B multiplied by matrix A? No, it is not the same thing in general. You can test. Just pick two matrices, multiply the first with the second, then interchange. Go ahead and multiply the second with the first. You realize that you are not going to get the same value. It is only addition of matrix that is commutative. So when we go to the second property, which is associative property, we realize that addition of matrix is associative. Addition of matrix is associative. That is, this is what we are talking about. Associative property under the algebraic law. That is, under the algebraic law, when we have three matrices, it simply means that if you take matrix A plus B, we first add matrix A plus matrix B, then we later add it with matrix C. Are we going to get the same result as saying matrix A plus, then first add B plus C? In this case, we first add A plus B. The result that we got here, we add it to C. What if it's time to add B plus C? We are going to get a particular result and later add A plus the result. Are we going to get the same thing? Yes. That simply means that addition of matrix is associative. That is the interpretation. Then the second one is when we have A minus B, matrix A minus B minus C. Are we going to get the same thing as say matrix A minus B minus C? If we do this and this, are we going to get the same thing? This is no. It simply means that subtraction of matrix is not associative. So we should note that subtraction of matrix is not associative. Then what about the third property? The third operation, associative. If we have matrix A multiplied by matrix B, then we later multiply it with matrix C. Are we going to get the same result as matrix A into bracket matrix B plus C? That is, if you first multiply matrix B and C, we are going to get a particular result. Then later multiply A with the result. Is it the same thing as you first multiplying A plus B, A times B, then later multiply it with C? If this is equal to this, it shows that multiplication of matrix is associative. So we should take note of all this. And we can use simple matrices to actually test all this. Then the last property, the last algebraic law that we are going to talk about is distributivity. So in this case now, there will be two operations, maybe addition and multiplication. We want to see if one distributes over the other. For instance, under multiplication is distributive over addition and subtraction, and the converse does not hold. What we are trying to say in essence is that if I have matrix A multiplied by matrix B plus or minus matrix C, is it the same thing as you saying matrix AB, use A to multiply B, plus or minus A to multiply C? If what you have on the board is correct, it shows that multiplication distributes over addition and subtraction. That is, if this is a matrix A, this matrix B, this matrix C. So bracket connotes multiplication. If we multiply A by B, Then either we add it or we subtract it. This is plus or minus. Plus times plus or minus 8 times c. If the result that we got here is the same thing as the one we get here, then it simply shows that the multiplication distributes over addition and subtraction, and that is what we will actually have. So this is just the relationship between matrix operation and algebraic law. So let's take note. Thank you.